Get ready to succeed in your Ielts test with our ultimate overview. We'll break down each section into an easy-to-follow guide, helping you to understand what to expect on test day, whether you're a beginner or aiming for a high band score. This video's got you covered. Hello and welcome back. My name is Claire, and in this British Council Ielts preparation video, we're going to look at the Ielts test format in detail. We'll focus on the layout of the test, the duration of the sections, and how you will be scored. Before we start, let's quickly take a look at a general overview of the Ielts test. Ielts tests your skills in listening, reading, writing, and speaking, and takes about 2 hours and 40 minutes to complete. You'll take the first 3 sections of the test on one day. Your speaking test may be on the same day or either before or after it. After the test, you'll receive an Ielts test report form, TRF for short, with your results. You're awarded an Ielts band score for each section of the test. You'll be graded from 0 to 9, with 9 being the highest and 0 being the lowest. Your Ielts test report form will also show your overall band score, which is an average of your 4 scores for each section combined. For more information about Ielts scoring, watch this video. There are 3 different ways you can take the test. The first 2 are done in a test centre, either on paper or on computer. Ielts on paper involves using a physical test booklet to answer questions, and you'll transfer your responses onto an answer sheet for the listening, reading, and writing sections. You can also opt for Ielts on computer, where questions for the listening, reading, and writing sections are shown on screen and you type your answers. In both options, the speaking test is completed during a face-to-face session with a trained Ielts examiner. In some countries, you can also do Ielts online. This means you can take the test from the comfort of your home or any private space with a reliable internet connection. The test has the same format, questions, timing, and marking criteria as completing Ielts at a test centre. However, at the moment, it's only available for Ielts Academic. The speaking test is completed via an online video call with a trained Ielts examiner. If you're thinking about taking Ielts online, make sure the institution you'd like to apply to is happy to accept results from Ielts tests that are taken remotely. For more information, check the link in the description. It's important to think carefully about whether to take Ielts Academic or Ielts General Training. Ielts General Training is designed for anyone wanting to work, train, study below degree level, or migrate to an English-speaking country, whereas Ielts Academic is for those who want to study at undergraduate or postgraduate level. Both tests evaluate language skills across listening, reading, writing, and speaking. However, there is a key difference in the reading and writing sections. We'll look at this in more detail later in the video, when we focus on these 2 test sections. Let's start with listening. The Ielts listening section is all about checking how well you can understand spoken English in different situations. It's divided into 4 parts with 40 questions in total, and each question is worth 1 mark. Remember, there's no penalty for wrong answers, so take a shot. The listening test takes around 30 minutes. With Ielts on paper, you have 10 minutes at the end to transfer your answers from the question booklet to the answer sheet. However, if you take Ielts on computer, there is no need to transfer. Just pop your answers directly into the computer as you go. You do, however, get 2 minutes at the end of the test to check your answers. As I mentioned, the test is made up of 4 parts, each presenting different situations. Part 1 involves a conversation between 2 people in an everyday situation. Part 2 features 1 person providing information about a product, location, or service in relation to everyday social situations. Part 3 consists of a discussion between up to 4 people in an educational or training context. Part 4 is a talk, usually by a professor or lecturer on an academic topic. If you want more information about preparing for the listening section, why not take a look at this video? While the 4 parts of the test remain constant, the type of question you may get can look different. There are 6 question types that may appear in the Ielts test. Let's see what they look like. The first is multiple choice. The second question type is matching. The third is labeling. This could be a plan, map, or diagram. The fourth is form, note, table, flowchart, or summary completion. The fifth is sentence completion. And the last is short answer questions. Before we move on, here are some of my top tips to take note of. Always read through the instructions carefully before writing an answer. In certain questions, you're asked to write the correct word in a gap. Sometimes the question requires you to use no more than 2 words and/or a number. But in other questions, the word count may change to 1 or increase to 3. It may also include or not include a number, so be sure to check the instructions. If you write too many words, you will lose marks. You also need to watch out for your spelling and grammar, as these can lose you marks as well. Next up is the reading section. The IELTS reading test is all about assessing different reading skills and is separated into 3 sections. In the test, you'll encounter 40 questions spread across the 3 sections. You've got 60 minutes to tackle all sections, so take your time. Read carefully and work your way through the questions. As you have 60 minutes to get through the 3 sections, here's our recommendation on how you should divide your time. Section 1 tends to be descriptive, making it less complex. Also, questions generally focus on factual information. Allocate about 15 minutes for this part. Section 2 and 3 present more challenging and complex material, so reserve 20 to 23 minutes for each. If you have any time left at the end of the reading test, go back and check your answers that you weren't sure about. The format of this test will remain the same for both IELTS Academic and IELTS General Training. The difference this time comes from the material you will see. In the academic reading section of the IELTS test, the material may include extracts from books, journals, newspapers, and professional magazines. These will be more complex and academic orientated. In contrast, the general training reading section gives test takers a mix of materials ranging from books and magazines to newspapers and advertisements. They are usually from everyday sources. The IELTS reading test has 3 sections with 11 question types that may appear, so we need to be familiar with all of them. The question types are multiple choice, identifying information, true, false, not given, identifying writers' views or claims, yes, no, not given, matching information, matching headings, matching features, matching sentence endings, completing a sentence, completing a note, a table, flowchart, or a summary, diagram label completion, and short answer questions. We have an excellent video that goes into detail on these questions. Why not take a look? Just like in the listening test, you should be extremely careful when reading the instructions before you begin. Make sure to write the correct number of words or numbers or you'll lose marks. Hyphenated words such as mother-in-law or ex-mayor are counted as a single word, and any bad grammar or misspelled words can lose you marks, so make sure to double check your answers. The IELTS writing test assesses a test taker's ability to communicate effectively in written English. You must complete 2 tasks and you have a total of 60 minutes. We suggest you spend around 20 minutes on task 1 and the remaining 40 minutes on task 2. Writing answers should be written straight on the answer sheet, although you are allowed to make notes on the question paper. In task 1, you need to write a minimum of 150 words. However, what you'll be writing about will depend if you're taking IELTS Academic or IELTS General Training. In IELTS Academic, you'll need to describe some visual information in your own words. This could be a graph, a table, a chart, or a diagram. In IELTS General Training, you'll be writing a letter. This could be either a formal letter to someone in a position of authority that you don't know, semi-formal to someone you know but perhaps aren't very close to, or personal, someone you are close to, most likely a friend. Watch this video for more tips to help you prepare for the IELTS writing section. Task 2 is an essay. It will appear in both IELTS Academic and IELTS General Training. You must write at least 250 words. Keep in mind that Task 2 contributes twice as much as Task 1 to your writing score, so make sure you're dividing your 60 minutes accordingly. The IELTS speaking section is all about checking how well you can converse in English during a friendly, face-to-face interview with a certified IELTS examiner. There are 3 parts to your speaking test that will last between 11 and 14 minutes. I know you might feel a tad nervous before beginning, but remember, first impressions are important. Make sure to greet your examiner and introduce yourself when prompted. Have your identification handy so it's ready and available when the examiner asks for it. For more information about how to introduce yourself during the speaking test, watch this video. Part 1 is an interview style, where you will talk about yourself in relation to everyday topics. It will take between 4 and 5 minutes. Part 2 involves speaking on your own. You will receive a task card from the examiner and you will have 1 minute to prepare your answer. Then you'll need to speak about a particular topic for 1 to 2 minutes. Part 3 is a discussion between you and the examiner. This will be on general topics that go beyond your personal experience and will be connected to Part 2. It will last around 4 to 5 minutes. And there you have it. A comprehensive guide to the IELTS test format. With this knowledge all about the listening, reading, writing and speaking sections, you're closer to getting the score you need. Remember to practice often, familiarize yourself with various question types and stay confident. You've got this. Speaking of practice, why not sign up for some free mock tests with IELTS Ready? You'll also find valuable tips to assist you in your IELTS test, along with the chance to enhance your vocabulary through extra activities. You can find the link in the description. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments when you're thinking of taking IELTS, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.